By now, we all know that Colleen Ballinger's appearance on the Raven and Miranda podcast was a big fat mess because although she said a lot of the right things and she gave a very well trained and well practiced PR response, the fact of the matter is that the evidence of everything she has done and everything she has been accused of is still online for people to see. So when she contradicts herself for a previous version of her story, when she twists the truth, when she tries to downplay the truth, and when she outright lies, we can see that because the evidence is still there. And unfortunately, in my own opinion, Raven and Miranda did not do enough research into Colleen Ballinger before they did this interview. Now, I am not here to reiterate all the same points that we made in my last video, which is where we looked at the full podcast episode with Colleen. That episode was originally called Colleen Ballinger's Real Apology, in which she didn't apologize. And obviously, people pointed that out, and then they changed the title to Colleen Ballinger Tells Her Side. Do with that what you will. Now, like I said, we've already discussed that whole thing. It'll be in the description if you want to watch that. But what I want to talk about today is some evidence, in my opinion, legally I gotta say that, guys, in my opinion, that Colleen Ballinger was just straight up lying in this episode. And again, unfortunately, because it seems to me that the hosts of this podcast did not do enough research, they were not able to push back on any of her, what I believe to be lies. And that is very unfortunate. Now, before we go on and actually look at that, I just want to say I know people have been pointing out in my comments that there have been some strange occurrences with Raven and Miranda, the hosts of this podcast right here. Miranda's face is cut off, but she is there. She is there. I know people are saying that they have defended not great people in the past, and I have yet to do any research into that. So the only reason I'm not, talking about that in depth is because I literally have not done the research yet, and I will go into that. If anybody is interested in a full video on that, let me know. We can talk about it. But I just wanted to get that out of the way first. But what I'm talking about today anyway is to do with specifically what Colleen said about Adam McIntyre in this podcast episode. Now, there were a couple of things that we pointed out at the time of this podcast when we were talking about it that didn't seem correct. It seemed like she was lying. It seemed like she was twisting the truth or changing history, right? One of those things we actually talked about was with the young boy who was brought up on stage to be her date, and how she would put a bag of cheese puffs down her pants to hide it from bears, and then he would then take a snack. And we went over this in depth, right? You can watch it in my last video, but in this podcast, she said, oh, it was just a thing where, like, yeah, normally it was like a joke for the adults and it went over the adults or went over the kids' head, so it was just kind of funny that way. And one time we brought up a kid and blah blah blah. But when you watch the video, which is available online, of the kid in question, you can see that he gets the joke. And Colleen acknowledges that he gets the joke because he says, I can't believe I put my hands there. And she's laughing hysterically, like this is the funniest thing ever. So that's one of the things. Another thing that we pointed out was the fact that she had said that the whole Adam McIntyre lingerie thing, we all know about this by now. When he was a young teenager, she sent him unworn lingerie as like a joke, right? But in this podcast, she's saying that he hounded her. Whereas we went back on her own video talking about this from several years ago, where she actually says that she meant to send it to him, forgot, and then he tweeted her, and then she sent it, right? But there is more evidence about this because at the time when Adam was coming out about this, his video is still up from that. Why did I think his video wasn't going to still be up? I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to YouTubers deleting everything. But I feel like this is really important just to see the depths of the manipulation here, because Adam provides video evidence of what actually happened in that live stream and the way it went down. So the very first thing we need to do is, once again, unfortunately, listen to Colleen Ballinger. I'm sorry, but we need to see what she actually says about this situation and how she frames it in this podcast.
So you have admitted to sending lingerie to an underage fan. And I know you've talked about this before, but I would like to ask you one more time to address this and kind of what happened and how you're feeling about it now.
Yeah, what an idiot, is how I feel about it now. I think it was like 10 years ago, something like that. I was doing a live stream, and I always loved giving away gifts to my fans online. So I would.
It's worth pointing out that 10 years ago, right? Now, that might not be the exact timeline, but that's the timeline we're going off here. Currently, Colleen is 39 years old. So, 10 years ago, she would have been 29. I'm 28, and I am fully aware that I shouldn't send underwear to teenagers. Like, this is such a weird sentence that I really don't want to say or feel like I should have to say. But that's just not. I feel like the way she frames all of this was like, oh, I was young, it was a mistake. You were like nearly 30. You'd been doing YouTube for years. You'd been an adult for years, and your brain should just work. So like, I don't know why it's being framed in like, oh, I just didn't know any better. Anyway, let's let the woman speak.
Send them like a bobby pin of Miranda's or a lipstick of Miranda, an old shirt, usually it was to encourage them to donate to a charity event that I would do every year. But I loved giving out stuff. And so I was doing a live stream like I did pretty often, and I was opening up a box of clothes that I had bought, and in it was this underwear bra set that I didn't order, and we were all laughing about it. So everyone in the chat was laughing about it, me and my friend, and he actually put it on over his clothes and was like, look at this, and we were laughing about it. And there are people in the comments saying, oh, send that to me, send that one to me. And we were like, we're not going to do that, that's crazy. But then there's one fan in particular who kept asking us to send it, and
remember that she said that, okay? Remember, for when we look at this live stream, that she said that there was one fan in particular who kept asking us to send the lingerie. All right?
I was like, obviously you can tell in the live, like I'm like hesitant about it because there is a little bit of brains in there somewhere. That was like,
we're going to look for this hesitancy. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to look for this hesitancy because I don't see it. Personally, maybe you see it, maybe there's something that I'm just not picking up on here, but I am not seeing hesitancy. But still, like I said in the last video, and I won't harp on because I already said this, the idea that you were hesitant but did it anyway does not make you look better. In fact, it makes you look worse because you realize that this was a bad thing to do. It's not like at the whole time you thought this was just a silly joke and you didn't see an issue. The whole time you realized this was inappropriate, but you still did it. And you're still trying to defend your actions.
I was like, maybe not, because I hesitated. But then I was like, and I didn't send it. I didn't. But then it just became an inside joke with the fandom, and everyone was like telling me to send it, and he kept asking for it. It was like months of this. And so finally I did, and it was very public and as a joke. And it was like a part of my brain was missing in action of like, hey, this is not a good idea. This looks bad. It wasn't a pair of my something that I sent to a young fan in a inappropriate way, but it was inappropriate. Like, what part of me thought like everyone will know this is a silly joke in the fandom? Like, I wish I'd never done that. That was so inappropriate. And if he was made to feel uncomfortable because of that, like, I feel terrible, and I'm so sorry because that was not.
I'm sorry if you felt that way. I can't get over that. But the way that she frames this here, right, is that this was, oh, she wasn't going to send it, she didn't send it, and then he kept asking her, and this went on for months until eventually she sent it. And I'm just like, girl, this is not what you said. So obviously we have Adam's reaction. I'm sorry, Adam, for stopping on this frame. I think this is just the first frame of the video and the video is paused. I apologize. But before we watch what he says, we once again need to see what Colleen herself said about this situation 5 years ago that directly contradicts what she is saying about it now. Because the fact that 5 years later she is telling a completely different tune means either she is lying now or 5 years ago she was lying. In my opinion, that is what that means.
Situation. 4 years ago, I did a live stream, and in this live stream, I did a giveaway. I was giving away clothes that were unused, tagged still on, brand new, that I had just bought but I did not want. One of the items that was in this box was a really ugly pair of underwear. As soon as we pulled them out, Corey and I started laughing and joking around about how ugly they were. Why did I buy these ridiculous underwear? It was so stupid.
I just got a big old box from Forever 21 and I want to open it up in front of you guys. Maybe I'll send the ones I don't want to you guys. I got a bunch of crop tops. The panties from you.
And people started asking for them in the live stream.
Everyone wants that bra.
You want the bra?
Everyone wants the bra.
At the end of the live stream, I was done giving away clothes, and then this boy who made this video about me recently, he asked for the underwear.
Yay, we picked people. I think that's enough.
Did that boy win these or not?
I don't know. He has to tell me what he wants.
What do you say? Is he being mean?
He said, hi, you have ugly clothes, but I want those ratchet panties and bras signed by Corey because he modeled them well.
Yeah!
It was so ridiculous and funny, we laughed about it, and I forgot to send them to him. And eventually he tweeted me asking me for them again. I sent them to him. He put them on over his clothes and posted about them. It was like a big joke within the fandom. I did this publicly. That live stream is still up right now. And I've always given out weird random things in live streams. I've given out a taco.
I mostly wanted to let that play because we watched before, I gave my commentary before, but also because I just want you to hear how directly this version of events contradicts what she's saying now in 2025. Because what she said here is not that, oh, he kept asking until I finally gave in months later. What she's saying is, I forgot to send it, and then he tweeted at me, and I remembered, and so I sent it. So there we have two versions, but as we know, Colleen is no stranger to twisting the truth and lying, in my own opinion. Everything I say in this video is my opinion. Every single thing, do not sue me. Everything I'm saying is an opinion. Thank you very much. So, in my opinion, we know that Colleen is no stranger to lying and twisting the truth, as we can see between these two clips that are her own words. So honestly, I do not believe that she is a reliable narrator in this situation. I think that we just cannot trust her version of events. So what we need to do then is to look at what Adam says, and he shows a little bit more of the clip. He shows more of what's going on there, and so we'll actually see what he shows compared to what she shows. He goes into some other stuff as well, and I do want to look at a good bit of it just to see, because I think that it is important. So, let's have a watch.
Hi everyone, before this video begins, I just want to tell you that I've been making daily videos recently, but I just want to tell you that I'm going to stop for a while, and I am taking a break from just my social medias, because there's been a lot of shit going on, which I'll tell you about. But
sorry, it's immediately like so sad watching this tiny little sad Adam McIntyre with like red eyes. I don't like this already.
I've just had enough, honestly. So that's where I'm at right now. So I love you all, and I'll see you whenever. This is a video that I never thought I would ever have to make. My intentions behind doing so are that I can disassociate myself from the situation, but also not continuously get asked in future about Colleen and Corey and what happened. Or also hearing things that apparently came from me but I've never said out of my mouth. The purpose behind doing this video is to get my side across and defend myself. As you all know, I was a good friend of Colleen and Corey, and I discovered Miranda Sings in 2012, and I found Colleen through this. I ran a fan page on Instagram that I created in 2014 and a fan page on Twitter that I created in 2013, which I dedicated all of my time to. It was just
2013 and 2014, he would have been like a little baby. I wish I could do the maths, but I can't, so somebody else do it. Basically, he would have been a little baby. That is the maths.
me supporting the Ballinger family. It was simple. And I've been supporting them all up until recently. I've went to 2 of her shows, 2016 and 2018, and met her both times. After 2016, during a live stream that I'll discuss later, me and Colleen started talking on a more personal level. And by 2017, we were good friends. Or what I would have called good friends. Very quickly, we started talking a lot, and my parents were really happy to see the fact that someone like Colleen Ballinger was so dedicated to talking to all of her fans. This slowly turned into me getting private details about her divorce, and what was happening with the relationship with her ex-husband. Around this time, though, was whenever my parents started getting a little bit more cautious and were wondering.
I just want to point out the thing there. Obviously, there's no like receipts here as to what Adam is saying, but we do know that in the Weenies group chat that she was giving details of her relationship. So there's no doubt in my mind that probably if she was messaging other fans privately, such as Adam McIntyre, who we know they met up in person, that she was probably giving even more details about that. Actually, we're very lucky because on the Colleen Ballinger Stark subreddit, what the hell did I just say? Subreddit? Sure. Why not? In that subreddit, somebody has posted some of her messages, some of the main ones that we have talked about before from the Weenies group chat. So, somebody saying my ass looks so good today, all pics, whatever. Here we go. We get into relationship stuff. He's lied to everyone and said I cheated. When would I cheat? When I was working 24 hours a day. See what I mean? This was in a group chat with a bunch of her fans, but from what we know from these fans, she had favorites who she would message privately and chat to privately and talk to on Snapchat and things like that. One of these people being Adam McIntyre. So if this is what she's saying in the group chat, I can't imagine that she wouldn't be saying other things in private chats. This is something about her show. It makes no sense. He tries to get pity for being heartbroken over me, but he constantly tries to drag me through the mud. You can't be heartbroken over someone you hate, so which is it? I should keep my mouth shut. Hi. Everyone hates me. Colleen, you're like in your 20s at this. This is a really embarrassing thing to message in your 20s. That's like something a 14-year-old emo is supposed to be. I'm sure I said that when I was a 14-year-old emo. He was always mad when I was happy. I thought that would end when we split. Why are you talking to these teenagers in this group chat about the breakup of your relationship? Being screamed at every day for hours and being told you're a piece of shit is not love or making a marriage a priority. Just want to throw that out there. Clearly not talking about me in my relationship. And protecting yourself and getting out of an emotionally abusive relationship is not giving up on a marriage. It's brave. Clearly, once again, not talking about her own relationship, just talking about relationships in general. Of course. Got him a tour, got him subscribers, gave him a family, paid for everything, flew wherever he was. How the actual that was my attempt at censoring. I would have time to cheat when I was creating, writing, executive producing, and starring in my own Netflix show while posting 4 videos a week and also talking to my partner for hours every single night after working a 16-hour day just to be yelled at and told I was a piece of shit. Other than the 3 hours of sleep I got, when would I cheat? Tell me. Explain to me the logic. I flew every other weekend for 9 months to see him in the cat's pajamas. He wouldn't even come to Canada when I was doing my own show. Just saw this too. Sounds like he is literally explaining what he has done to me for the past 8 years. How anyone could believe this breaks my heart. All I ever did was promote him and support him, and now he continues to use me and belittle me and bash me 10 months after everything, while I've stayed kind and loving no matter what he says or does. When will he just leave me alone? Anyway, I know I shouldn't even say anything. Okay, so stop it, Colleen. If you know you shouldn't, then just stop. 2 a.m. I mean, who knows whose time zone this is, 2 a.m. Oh yeah, and then we get one of her fans, teenage fans, in the group chat saying it means that Josh has a small item. To which Colleen does not say, hey, that's an inappropriate thing to be discussing with my underage fans. She decides to continue it by saying, Eric is ripped. I'm going to be sick. I'm going to vomit on my desk. Just so we're clear. Tell me what move I should make on ball cocker cock blocker Stockton. Stockdick. Okay, I'm gonna go to him. This is her responding after they had this whole conversation in response to tell me what move I should make, and they all discuss this, even though she tries to claim in the podcast that, you know, it was just people asking her inappropriate questions sometimes, but it was all a joke. Nobody was ever gonna respond. Okay, I'm gonna go to him and say, hi, Patrice, I'm ready to stress eat your wiener, so show me your ball cocker. Thanks for the advice. Once again, I am going to projectile vomit onto my desk. Nobody is gonna like that. So can we, like, not do this, please? Okay. Trying to look for the important one. Oh, lovely. This is not about her marriage, so it's kind of besides the point that I'm trying to make, but here's her talking about toys. 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 Ah! I full screened it! I did not mean to do that. Sorry. And then the period comment. So, as you can see, just to reiterate, these are the conversations that she was having in a group chat with multiple fans. So imagine what she may allegedly be saying in private DMs to people like Adam McIntyre, who were actively her favorites in her community and who she would often like chat with privately and meet up with. So I'm not doubting him here.
Wondering why a 30-year-old was talking to, at this time, a 13-year-old about her divorce. So from this point on, my parents really observed the conversations that I took part in with Colleen. Our relationship slowly turned into me always being asked to go find drama for her, whether it was about Josh, ex-friends, or fans. At the time, I saw this as harmless, and I was just really excited that my favourite person in the entire world wanted to talk to me. Now looking back though, I can see that it was just a way of baiting me to constantly get me to get her the information. And in 2016 to 2018, I was always asked to follow along gossip sites. Now the gossip sites were talking about her ex-husband and hers relationship and the divorce. And I was very much so made to follow along with that and then feed back that information and what they were talking about. Now me doing this, it led to my name getting thrown into the mix in these gossip sites, and Adam, the character, the person, whatever you want to call it, started getting really attacked on these sites too. Now keep in mind I was only 14 at this time. So then
Yeah, when that happens, first of all, you should not be asking a 14-year-old to go check up on gossip sites for you. Especially if you're asking them to, can you check what people are saying about my divorce on these gossip sites? Girl, just get, if you care that much, get a pure team. I cannot with this. But then as soon as you see that he is being attacked in these, you have already messed up by getting him to do that in the first place. But as soon as you see there's actual repercussions happening to this 14-year-old, you need to be like, okay, enough. I'm sorry I asked you to do this. I'm sorry that I have put you through this. And I'm sorry because of me asking you to do this, you are now being attacked online. You poor child, 14-year-old. And keep in mind, this woman was like in her mid-20s. It's unacceptable.
And I was getting targeted on these gossip sites, and I was getting called a pick-me, manipulative, and other words I won't say just because my extended family are watching this video, and I really can't. Once my parents saw all this, they asked me to distance myself from Colleen and all the Ballinger family. So it was at this
Understandable.
point that I stopped really giving that much information, or as much as I did, to Colleen. But I would always be baited and dragged along again. Whether it was subscribing to my YouTube channel, which made me really happy, and then I would be asked again to get information, or a time where I was really upset because my name was getting thrown into the mix of a lot of things, and then I got a YouTube comment on one of my videos, and then I was asked again. Or in one case...
This is just all so manipulative. And can we keep in mind of a young teenager using the power dynamic, which she claims to have not thought about. Oh, I wish I had thought about the parasocial nature and the power dynamic, but I just didn't. Clearly you did, in my opinion.
It's making me believe that I would be flown out to America to go to VidCon. Me and my brother would be, along with someone else in the fandom. There's no need to mention their name. And that was strung along for ages as well, to the point where me and my brother actually bought an external, one of them wall plugs for America, and then that just never happened. The reasoning for this was the year before she did a competition where she flew out 2 fans. She said this year she was going to fly me and this other person from the fandom out, and then 2 other fans, and then that just never happened. But obviously, because I thought I was going to get to meet all my American friends that I met in the fandom, I was just so excited, and that never happened. Or whether it was just sending me a nice message and then I would do it. And because I was dumb, impressionable, young, naive, whatever I want to call it, I have so many names for what I believe I was, I'd always cave, honestly.
So my word for what you were was a child. Like, that's it. You were a child who was a fan of somebody, and that person used that power for evil instead of for good. Use your powers for good, people. Not for this.
I try not to be upset with myself because I was 13 to 15 during this time.
Yeah.
I'm still really young now. I'm only 17, but looking back, it's hard to not get, like, fix yourself. You know, stop engaging in that. You're being used. I've been told so much private information about the divorce, but I won't get into that in this video because I feel it's unnecessary, but all the parties involved know that I have it. This information was always really hard to hear and digest as a 13 to 14-year-old because I was always led to believe that Josh and Lean were the couple that I should have looked up to. In the vlogs, they were always really happy, so going from a sudden shift of idolizing Josh Lean, I had Josh Lean merch, from that to them being told all this really shit information about the ex-husband really just, it affected me back then, and I'm not gonna lie. And it affected me.
Which also, like, this is not stuff you should be saying to your fans in general, even if your fans were, like, adults. These are kids. What has to be wrong in your brain that you want to tell this information to children? Truly, what has to be wrong in your mind that you think, oh, who should I talk to? My sister? No. My adult friends? No. 13-year-olds, yeah, perfect audience to hear about the excruciating details of my divorce. Are you okay? Actually, no, she's not okay. She's not okay. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. And this whole comeback of like, oh, I just didn't think about it. I saw you. I just, baby, fuck off. You're a grown woman. You were a grown woman when this happened. You're a grown woman now. It's just not acceptable. And she cries at the end about having like Broadway stuff taken away from her. She was writing a new book. I don't fucking care. I don't care. It's the consequences of your actions and you deserve it.
To me way more than it should have. It just made me really confused. So anyway, in 2016, Colleen and Corey were doing a live stream and they stumbled across my Twitter account.
Here we get into
They found my tweets really funny, and this was the day before we officially started really talking. They found my Twitter so funny that they said they needed to send me bra and panties that Corey was wearing during the live stream. Now, looking back at that, I'm still a minor. I'm still 17, but looking back on that, I just... you know yourself. And also, minutes later, they made fun of how my parents would react to the fact of, like, 2 30-year-olds sending me bra and panties, lingerie,
so
to name
slimy.
it properly, on this live stream. So again, looking back as a 17-year-old, I'm just really disgusted at the situation and confused, honestly. They went on my Twitter because they thought it was funny, and then they said they had to send me the bra and panties. Here are some clips from that live stream.
Here we go.
Ew!
That outfit! Screaming homeschooled Christian university realness.
Adam, Cookie Ballinger said, "Hi, you are such a fashion icon," and tweeted the ugliest picture of me. This is honestly the worst outfit. He's so rude. What made you order these ugly clothes?
Adam!
Those clothes are nasty. He's so rude. Oh my god, he's so sassy. Your Twitter account is making me laugh so much. Oh my god, that makes me laugh. I want to send him something. Do you want the bra, Adam?
Adam, do you want the bra and panties? Tweet.
So let's just. Oh God, sorry for pausing on this clip of. Oh Jesus, what's his name? Corey. Just my brain went Eric. His name's Eric. I'm like, no, that's not Eric. Corey. I'm sorry for pausing on this image. Truly. You know what? There we go. He's gone. He's gone, everybody. It's okay. So here they say, oh, he's so funny. We should send him something. Do you want the underwear? I don't like the word panties. It gives me the ick, so I'm not saying that. Do you want the underwear? She suggests it herself. And how many times has this story changed? And the fact that she did not use this clip in her own video, in the, hold on, let's get to it, in this video, where she looks like she's in pain. She cut that bit out of her own video, even though she was sharing stuff from the live stream. So it was clearly just an attempt to manipulate the situation. And now the story is, oh, he asked for it. Adam asked for it. And I knew it was inappropriate, but I wasn't going to send it. And then he kept asking for months. And then eventually I sent it. But here you can clearly see, so clearly see that they're going, haha, he's so funny. We should send him something. Adam, do you want the underwear? The evidence is there. And this is why I wanted to go over this. Even though this video is like 5 years old, the Adam's video and the live stream itself is, what, 9-10 years old? This is still being lied about. And she is relying on the idea that all this information is kind of buried. It's hard to find. There's so much information about her online to the point where even the people interviewing her in this podcast did not do proper research and did not have all the facts and the evidence to go off of, in my opinion. She's relying on that. So if she is going to continue to twist the truth and lie about what happened, then we are going to need to keep bringing up the evidence that shows that she is lying. Because otherwise she's just going to get away with manipulating stuff, because the evidence is there. There's just so much to sift through. There's so much of it there. There is so much buried. We have covered Colleen for years at this point. There has been so much information about Colleen, and even Adam McIntyre himself, who has made a lot of videos about Colleen. There are so many. So within that, obviously, you can forget details. I forgot how this live stream went until I watched this video again. And I'm somebody who covered this. So we need to bring up the evidence of Colleen's own lying. Because it's just truly unacceptable. She is trying to claim he hounded her for months. Everybody knows who she's talking about, even if she didn't name him. I think she just didn't name him for like legal reasons, or not wanting to give him attention, or not wanting to get attention to his videos about her that have evidence. I forgot what point I was going to make, so you all know what point I was going to make. My brain just went, no, we're not going to continue that thought. Let's continue and see how this live stream goes anyway.
Right now.
Oh my god. Yeah. Adam, let me know what you want. He's in Ireland. Hi, Adam. I love you. Okay. I'm sending him something. Okay, maybe he'll want the panties. Although then his parents will be like, you're not allowed to watch who is sending you panties.
See, she knows. She knows that it's weird and that his parents might have questions. And she does it anyway.
Don't worry, I watched a boy wear them online first.
Here also, I've included a video that is now on private on my channel, but it is me talking about what happened whenever I met Colleen back in 2016. Had a conversation. No.
That is a small child. That That is a small child. That is a child. That is a tiny, tiny baby. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is making me so uncomfortable. I just hate it so much. Like, this is a literal child, and I'm like about Colleen's age when this happened. I'm actually younger than Colleen when this happened, and it is freaking me out. I hate it.
I remember what happened. We walked up, and whenever I was hugging her, she said, "I'm so sorry I didn't bring your lingerie." Yeah, because in her live stream, she said she wanted to send me her lingerie. I'm not lying.
So according to Adam here, to this little fetus version of Adam McIntyre, not only did he not hound her saying, when are you going to send it, when are you going to send it, she came up to him and said, sorry I didn't bring it. I can't with this woman.
She did. Trust me. She hugged me and we were talking and she was like, "I'm so sorry I didn't bring your lingerie. My parents were right behind me, so thanks for that, Colleen." So I did get sent the lingerie, and immediately whenever it arrived, my parents were furious. They were so angry and they took it away.
As they would be, because that's weird. And even Colleen acknowledged that it was weird and his parents would find it weird.
I didn't know if they still had it, and I asked my mum did she have it because she knew I was making this video. So she was looking all morning, but she did find it. So I still have this. My mum kept it. I didn't even see these because my mum had just taken them away because she was...
Good job, Sinead. We love Sinead McIntyre here. If there's any hero of this story, it is Sinead McIntyre. I'm a stan. That makes me sound like a stalker. Also, I just like spit on my own face. That was disgusting. Nobody clip that. This makes me sound like a stalker. I know nothing about this woman. I think I might follow her on Twitter, but I don't use Twitter unless it's to look at Taylor Swift stuff or to tweet once a year. But she's the hero of this story, so I'll say I love her.
She was
Woman
so
I've never
shocked.
met.
So this was what I was sent. I don't even know. Sorry, I don't know which way this goes.
Oh, poor little gay boy.
This is what I was sent. Okay. Am I doing like a haul for you? I don't know. And then I hate touching it. Then these.
Sorry, I shouldn't
I don't know
laugh.
which way they go,
It's horrible.
but these
It's just...
as well. So
Those are really
I was
ugly.
genuinely still surprised that my mum had these, but
She kept it as evidence for the police report. I'm joking. That is a joke. Do not sue me. Like I said, everything I'm... Actually, you know what? I'll take it one step further. Not only is everything I'm saying in this video my opinion, everything's a joke. How about that? See what you can do with that one.
so that was a big warning sign, but because I was so young, I didn't take it. Naive. So in 2018, Colleen came back to Dublin and she invited me out to lunch, and I was so excited to see, well, my friend again. My mum, on the other hand, was really cautious and waited at the end of the street for us to be done with our lunch.
See, we love
so whenever I'd
Sinead.
finished walking with Eric and Colleen, she would walk me back to the hotel. She made it very clear that she didn't trust Colleen, and she had just been mad at everything that I had been told and used for all them years. But I love my mum. She's great. She still wanted to...
My favorite conspiracy theory that I have come up with in my own brain, and I don't think anybody's ever said this, but I think... I don't actually think this, by the way. I am not accusing Sinead McIntyre of anything. But in my brain, I like to believe that she was parked down the road, right? So that when she saw Colleen, she could come up and just deck that woman. Because that's funny to me. I'm sorry for laughing, but this story is horrible and upsetting. And the only way that I can get through it is to imagine Adam McIntyre's mum just decking Colleen Ballinger. I shouldn't be laughing. Like, this is genuinely serious and horrible. But that thought is really funny to me.
to be supportive, so that was her way of allowing me to go to that lunch, was her just staying on the street so that she could be near. So that was June 7th of 2018. So much has happened from then until now that I won't really talk about in this video, but I do want to talk about the situation that made Colleen turn on me, and it makes me really sad because this is someone that I loved so much, and seeing not only someone I would have called a friend go out of my life like that, someone who was my idol for years. It's weird, and I don't really know the words to say because I just feel awkward whenever it comes down to talking about it. That's why I don't talk about it. That's why nobody knows about anything, because I felt awkward. I felt like I made a mistake maybe. So since 2017, Colleen had been coming to me for video ideas, tweet ideas, Instagram ideas, anything for the Miranda Sings character, but also some for herself too. It was mainly focusing on helping her in the Miranda account from 2017 on, but there was a little part of helping her own channel out with ideas as well in 2017 to 2018. So I just helped give ideas. She was aware that the Miranda...
Okay, so I just gotta say here, first of all, why are you, as an adult woman who's what, like in her 20s or 30s at this point, why are you, when you're going to Dublin, inviting one of your child fans to come have lunch with you? Why is that something that you are doing? That's weird. That's really, really weird. Like, this is not just like a kid in your family, right? Sometimes, you know, if you have a family member, they're a kid, you're like, oh, let's get a hot chocolate. Yay. This is a fan of yours who you don't actually know, is not your friend because this is a child, like from a different country, the whole power dynamic thing, and you're like, hey, let's go have lunch. Like, you guys are all adults, and I don't know. Actually, I do know. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're lovely people, but I'm not inviting you to lunch. Unless we, like, become close or something. And you're, like, my age or older. Otherwise, like, no. Although, no, like, again, teenagers don't watch me, thankfully. So, you know, I haven't cultivated a child audience here or a group of child minions. But also the fact that not only that, she's getting a child to help run her social media. And then getting mad when he does something that gets her in trouble. It's like, yeah, you put a kid in charge of your social media. That's all about the whole, when she got cancelled for coming out as a Meghan Trainor fan thing. That's kind of what the rest of this video gets into, and it also gets a bit more into the lunch and the mess that happened there. We have covered this before on my channel, and I mostly wanted to get into the whole lingerie thing and the discrepancies in the versions of events and the way she has framed it. But from where I am sitting, you can clearly see that she is now currently trying to claim that Adam McIntyre said, oh, send me that, I want that. And then she wasn't sure, decided not to send it, and then he kept hounding her until she finally gave in and sent it because she just wants her fans to be happy. Whereas we can see in the clip from her own live stream that she brings it up first. So I am not saying that Colleen Ballinger is a sneaky little lying rat, but somebody is probably saying that Colleen Ballinger is a sneaky little lying rat. It's just not me, guys. It's just not me. I would never say something like that about anybody, ever, because I'm such an angel. You know me. But obviously, guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you agree? And before I go, I want to say something really quick. This is my vlog channel. I don't use it. I'm sorry. I post like one video every couple of months, and then I don't have time to edit another video, and then I forget, and then I'm like, why is nobody watching this channel? It's because there's literally no videos on this channel to watch. But I have a couple. So I have me getting an illegal tattoo in Korea. I have me going to NASCAR in Texas. I got my first long haul flight. I got Paris day trip. We got Amsterdam. We got lots of stuff here, right? And now I have more time. Thank fucking God, I have more time. I've been going insane. You have no idea. Like, this has been the most insane period because over the last year, I've been in 2 college courses. I do psychology, bachelor in science in psychology, and I also took on an extra course in music competitions, music composition for games and film. And that was like intensive. It was multiple days a week of classes, plus assignments, plus all of that, plus the psychology. And I've been writing my book. And then on top of that, I had to do YouTube. Not had to do YouTube. I'm doing YouTube. And my videos previously were taking a lot more time to edit. But as you guys know, I found a new kind of flow that's working for me. I'm having a lot more fun and I can spend a lot less time editing. Plus, I finished my music composition course. So I have time to edit for this channel. Thank God, because I love editing for this channel. I have so much fun. First of all, I love vlogging. It's just fun. I have so much footage to edit and put up on this channel. I've got my trip to Japan, to Tokyo. I've got hauls and stuff that I have ready to go on this channel, and I actually have time to edit them. Thank you, Lord. So I just finished editing one. It's just a short one. It's a follow-up from this video. I got a legal tattoo in Korea because this is also my trip to Seoul. That was an unfortunate angle of all of us there. Sorry about that. So I did a little haul video of everything I bought in Seoul because I bought a lot of stuff. So that's just like a first one back. And then after that, I am going to be posting the Japan stuff. So today on my, I don't know which is going up first, this video or that video, but the haul from Korea will be on this channel. I really, really want to put more time into this channel, weekly videos, like really putting effort into it. I really want to grow this and have it be a thing because I enjoy this channel. Like I love doing this channel as well, obviously, but they're two very different forms of content and it's different styles of editing and you know, it's nice to have a variety in the stuff that you're doing. And I just enjoy doing this. So like, please do subscribe to this channel. Please check out the videos if you are in any way interested in vlogs or like seeing little bits of my life. I know you can see there's not many videos and some of them are really old, but that is because I've not had time to edit. But now I am going to make this a weekly thing. I swear to God, it's going to be weekly vlogs, but only if you guys subscribe. This channel isn't even monetized because I never upload. And you can see it's like the lowest views imaginable. So please subscribe. Clearly, I feckin' need it, right? I need some views here. This is sad. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I had other things to say, but I kind of forgot. But yeah, Colleen, I don't like you. And yeah, like, comment, share, follow me on social media. I am VangelinaSkov everywhere. Check out my vlog channel. It's linked in the description. It's currently called Vangelina, but I will be changing that to Eva Alexandra at some point. Maybe even today. I don't know, but it will be linked. All right, but I am changing the name from Vangelina to Eva Alexandra because I'm also going to put up stuff about like my book. When I can share the news about what's been going on and why that's delayed, then I will put some stuff up there, obviously on main channel as well. Patreon, subscribe, important, and most importantly of all, have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!